There are times when, in trying to let go of something, a person feels a lingering sorrow that will not quiet itself. Some wish to release their grip, yet cannot summon the strength to do so. What, then, is one to do? There is a story. A troubled man once came to a monk and asked, "Master, why is it that there are some things and some people I simply cannot let go of?" The monk replied, "There is nothing that cannot be let go." But the man asked again, "Then why is it that I have tried again and again and still cannot release them?" The monk said nothing. He merely placed a teacup in the man's hand and began to pour tea. He poured until the cup overflowed, until the hot tea ran over the rim and scalded the man's fingers. Unable to bear the heat, the man immediately dropped the cup. Then the monk said, "In this world, there is nothing that cannot be put down. The moment it hurts enough, you will set it down yourself." And indeed, when we attain status, we find it difficult to let go of status. When we gain wealth, we cling to wealth. When we fall in love, we cling to love. When we build a career, we cling to our work. What keeps us from releasing these things is not that they are impossible to abandon, but that within us there still remain dreams, expectations, desires, and illusions. We are still drawn to them, or perhaps the pain they bring has not yet crossed the threshold of what we can bear. Take love, for instance. We often cannot let it go, because somewhere in the heart we still hope for change, still expect redemption, still cling to the possibility that tomorrow may be kinder than today. Desire clouds discernment. The indecisive are forever weighing and reconsidering. They are slow to hold on, but even slower to let go. Yet a great upheaval, a great loss, even a brush with death, may awaken them in an instant. The truth is simple. When our view becomes wider, when our minds become clearer, when we learn to hold lightly rather than tightly, letting go becomes easier. So much of suffering arises because the heart is crowded with desire. Every day we dwell on what we want, what we fear, what we cannot bear to lose. Naturally, we become weary. It is like furnishing a new home. At first, we buy many things to satisfy our needs and tastes. Years later, we discover that the house is overflowing. Some objects have never once been used, yet each seems meaningful. Each holds a memory. Each feels difficult to discard. And so we keep everything, resigning ourselves to living in a cramped and cluttered space. But let a storm come. Let rain leak through the roof and ruin those cherished belongings. And suddenly, it becomes easy to throw them away. When pain becomes real, release becomes natural. There are many things in life that ought to be put down. If we cling to them, they become chains. Letting go is not loss. Often it is the first taste of freedom. Do not wait until old age to awaken to what truly brings happiness. What is happiness? Where does one go to find it? Human beings are forever searching for the shore of happiness, not realizing that happiness is hidden in the smallest and simplest things. Have you ever sat alone in silence and asked yourself, "Who am I? Why am I here in this life? What matters most to me? The answer depends on your purpose. If your purpose is wealth, then money will appear to be the most important thing. If it is position and prestige, then achievement and success will seem supreme. But if your aim is happiness, then family, love, and the life of the spirit will become essential. A truly happy person is one who knows how to bring happiness to those around them. I believe the deepest purpose of life is to live in such a way that one may be at peace and inwardly joyful. And to do that, one must learn to bring warmth to family, kindness to friends, sincerity to colleagues, and gentleness to oneself. Life is rich and abundant. Happiness is not found in grand declarations, but in quiet moments. When you are ill and someone cares for you, when you are cold and someone holds you, when you weep and someone consoles you, when you grow old and still have companionship, when you make mistakes and someone forgives you, when you are weary and still have a beloved presence beside you. Happiness is not measured by how many people surround you, but by how many truly stay. It is not driving a luxurious car, but arriving home safely. It is not how much money you have stored away, but whether your body and soul feel free each day. It is not whether your spouse appears successful or beautiful in the eyes of the world, but whether the two of you can still smile with sincerity. It is not fine food and elegant clothing, but a life free from calamity and illness. It is not the applause that follows success, but the voice that encourages you when you have fallen. It is not sweet words spoken in easy hours, but the hand that remains when grief has stripped you bare. And perhaps one of the greatest forms of happiness is simply this, that your parents are still in this world. Often, the heart grows heavy because it judges too quickly, suspects too easily, and sees too much fault in others. But we forget an essential truth. When we think ill of another, our own mind becomes dark first. When we think kindly of another, our own mind becomes peaceful first. We become happier, freer, and stronger when we learn not to hasten toward condemning others. If someone appears unkind, perhaps it is only because the conditions for their goodness have not yet ripened. We should practice seeing the good in people, for each generous thought gives our own soul room to rise. Try it for a day. Try it for a month. Try it for a year. Do not rush to call anyone bad. See whether your heart becomes lighter. If we cannot yet see the goodness in others, then at least let us try to see them simply, without obsession, without distortion, without harsh projection. A simple gaze is often the purest one. Such simplicity sounds easy, but it is one of life's hardest disciplines. To be angry is instinct. To master anger is strength. If you cannot govern your emotions, then you become their servant. To say everything that erupts in the heart is not honesty. Often it is merely lack of discipline. One of our greatest mistakes is this: we reserve our worst moods, our sharpest words, and our ugliest habits for the people we love most. Do not let negative feelings become the expression of your face. For bitterness is a language others grow tired of hearing. If you cannot even govern your own inner weather, then even if you were handed the whole world, sooner or later you would destroy it. A kind word can warm an entire winter. A cruel word can chill even the middle of June. Many do not realize how deeply a careless sentence spoken in anger can wound another, especially one who has loved us faithfully. The more mature we become, the more we must learn tolerance, composure, and restraint. Do not let a passing moment of rage cost you the one person who mattered most. The one who can transform your temperament is someone you love. The one who can endure your temperament is someone who loves you. Peace is not found in a distant place. It can exist even in the midst of noise and turmoil if the heart itself is quiet. When joy comes, do not lose yourself in it, for sorrow will one day arrive. When sorrow comes, do not drown in it, for joy too shall return. If moving forward causes you to lose your true self, then perhaps it is wiser to pause. If stepping back helps you understand your heart, then step back without shame. Many of the values the world exalts are relative at best. The idea of success imposed by society often imprisons the present moment, binding life inside a cell built out of future ambition. What meaning is there in chasing shadows while allowing the present to disappear into oblivion? One day, when the heart returns to the body, when the breath becomes quiet, when stillness reappears, we realize that true happiness had always been hidden within the calm depths of our own being. Before speaking, learn gentleness and learn to listen. Before criticizing, learn to look inward. Before becoming angry, sit quietly and watch your own breath. Before praying for blessings, learn forgiveness. Before tears fall, know when to stop, lest regret arrive too late. Before binding yourself to something precious, ask whether you are truly ready for its weight. Before speaking of heaven, learn how to walk steadily on earth. Before longing for more, look down once and discover compassion. Before indulging every desire, ask whether temptation is speaking louder than wisdom. Before making vows, examine whether your heart can remain faithful. Before giving up, remember the fire with which you first began. Before leaving this world, live in gratitude. Life becomes meaningful not because everything goes according to plan, but because we learn how to receive, how to endure, and how to let go. There are things in this world that, once they happen, can only be accepted. There are people who, once they turn away, can only be released. There are roads that, once chosen, cannot be walked backward. If you can see clearly, you will understand that some losses bring more peace than certain possessions ever could. Some pain passes if endured with patience. Some troubles dissolve if we stop feeding them. Some words do not deserve argument. Some feelings, if held a little longer in silence, lose the urge to continue. Some people, if we stop waiting for them, no longer hold power over us. A person who truly loves you will want to walk toward the future with you. Genuine affection does not always need spectacle or display. Often it is quiet, steady, and faithful across time. A good bond does not emerge from perfect arrangements, but from shared conviction and acceptance. If there is real affinity, then time and distance are not obstacles. If there is none, then even daily meetings amount to nothing. People often say that only after losing something do we realize its value. But in truth, we usually know what we have. We simply imagine it will never disappear. So cherish the small things. One day, looking back, you may discover they were not small at all. Live simply, and joy comes more easily. Yet joy is rare because most people complicate their own hearts. They calculate too much, hesitate too much, cling too much. What needs to be picked up should be picked up with courage. What needs to be put down should be put down without delay. Only when something has ended can something new begin. Life is like a piano. The white keys are joy. The black keys are sorrow. But only when both are touched does music appear. Do not fear hardship. A person who never tests themselves against difficulty cannot mature. Those who have walked many roads and resolved many troubles grow more quickly in wisdom. However ordinary life may seem, it still deserves to be faced. Do not run from it. Do not resent it. Time moves on. People come and go. Do not waste the chance to make your life meaningful. To keep life from growing old, keep learning, keep reading, keep moving, keep working, keep dreaming, keep smiling, keep loving. One who continues to learn, to read, to move, to labor, to dream, to smile, and to love does not truly grow old. The bitterness or sweetness of life lies in the mind. A spoonful of salt dropped into a glass of water makes the water undrinkable. The same spoonful poured into a lake changes nothing. Our sorrows are like the salt. Whether life tastes bitter or mild depends on the breadth of the heart that receives it. Happiness comes from a light spirit. Ease comes from the way we choose to see things. Even a simple matter becomes burdensome if we overthink it. Yet even a complex matter can be made lighter if we learn to hold it gently. So when certain things arise, smile and let them be. Some people need only be seen, not studied. Some wrongs are not worth exposing. Some arguments are not worth winning. Who you are is not diminished by who others choose to be. A clear conscience is enough. To live in harmony with circumstance is an art. Life brings many people, many events, many shifting bonds. Not all of them are meant to be held forever. Walk forward with openness. Learn more. Become more graceful. Become more lucid. Then your smile itself will begin to carry happiness. And remember, love must also be given to yourself. So often we forget that we too need kindness. To care for one's own body and spirit is not selfishness. It is the beginning of wholeness. There are 3 keys to life: accept, change, and leave. If something cannot be accepted, then change it. If it cannot be changed, then leave it. The optimistic person uses a smile to mend what is less than ideal. The pessimistic one complains and loses sight of the beauty still present. Stop asking endlessly why others are not as you wish. Ask instead whether you have cultivated the qualities you seek. Do not expect everyone to understand you. Everyone has their own concerns, their own limitations, their own preoccupations. It is enough that you understand what you are doing and why. When life knocks you down, do not despair. Hidden within you is a strength you have not yet fully met. No road is perfectly flat. There are turns, rises, and unexpected descents. They are not there to defeat you, but to deepen you. No matter how many tears were shed in the night, morning still comes. The city still stirs. Life still opens its doors. So trust that every difficulty will pass. Tomorrow is always a new day. No matter how weary you are, do not let misery settle upon your face. No one wishes to read sorrow written there. No matter how exhausting the work, do not complain too quickly. No one can live your life on your behalf. No matter how poor the circumstances, do not degrade yourself with self-pity. No one hands out strength to those who refuse to cultivate it. Even in disappointment, do not collapse. Think of those who still hope for you. Keep going. When you are wounded, learn to soothe yourself. When no one encourages you, learn to rise by your own strength. When no one notices you, still live cleanly, beautifully, and with dignity. Look at the grass beneath your feet, the flowers at the roadside, the leaves on the tree. Their lives may be humble, but they live them fully. Do not despise the transient nature of existence. Do not squander your health. No one can buy it back for you. When possible, go and behold rivers and mountains. Let vastness heal the mind. Do not be severe with everything around you. All things have their reasons for being. Do not rush to judge others, especially those you do not understand. Anger is a poor moment for conversation because regret often follows in its wake. Forgive those who have hurt you, but do not allow them endless chances to wound you again. No matter how difficult life is, do not lose confidence. What is beautiful may still be ahead. No matter how noble or damaged you become, remain devoted to your parents. For one day, you too will grow old. Do not forget those who helped you. Do not hate those who once loved you. Do not deceive those who place trust in your hands. Learn to live in accord with conditions. Between people, there may be closeness or distance. Between events, there may be complexity or simplicity. Between hearts, there may be depth or shallowness. Do not expect too much from others, and do not resent them for being what they are. Simply govern yourself well. Do what should be done. Walk the road you ought to walk. Preserve your conscience. Nourish sincerity. Be gentle with others and strict with yourself. The rest may be left to fate. Some things, once we try to separate them into black and white, are already over. Some resentments fade after only a few days. Some smiles vanish as quickly as foam on water. Some hardships, by being endured, quietly transform us into stronger beings. What seems enormous today may become trivial tomorrow. What feels decisive this year may become secondary the next. So when life refuses your wishes, say to yourself, today will pass, tomorrow will come. Let go of what burdens you and begin again. There are things that no amount of worry can change. Life offers no if only consequences and outcomes. How you meet your life is your choice. No one else can choose it for you. When you mature, you will learn to face everything with a smile and keep peace within. We spend a lifetime busy, tired, calculating, saving, enduring, studying, and striving. Yet work is never truly finished. Money never truly feels enough. Mistakes are never fully avoided. Losses are never fully escaped. The world is vast. We are small. Not every matter deserves the full weight of your heart. If you have done your best, then whatever result arrives should be met with calm acceptance. Busyness itself can be a kind of blessing, for it keeps the mind from useless wandering. Hardship can also be a form of experience. Fatigue can reveal our hidden capacities. Setbacks can teach us about life in ways ease never could. Life is not as terrible as the mind sometimes imagines. Right and wrong are both teachers. Beauty and difficulty are both scenery. If the heart is at peace, happiness can always be found nearby. Those who have lived deeply often become quieter and simpler. Those who remain shallow are easily irritated and restless. A truly strong person is not someone who never cries, but someone who can swallow tears and keep walking. Be patient. Endure a little longer. Even when hope is not yet visible, trust yourself. Sometimes you must dare to carry a burden slightly beyond what you thought you could bear. Only then do you discover how much strength was quietly waiting inside you. To forgive someone may be simple. To trust them again is much harder. It takes a long time to warm a heart, but only a moment to chill it. So complete yourself rather than intruding into the lives of others. Whoever comes, welcome them warmly. Whoever leaves, let them go calmly. What is not yours should not be grasped for. What is not sincere should not be awaited. Time changes everyone. Sometimes the world is vast enough that one farewell becomes a lifetime's separation. Sometimes the earth is small enough that the person who just left turns back with a smile. So when you meet, cherish it. When you are together, preserve it. And when you part, part with grace. There are days when you suddenly realize that some people, if you do not seek them out, will never ask after you at all. In that realization, you learn who truly cares. Time carries many away from us. Whoever remains until the end is to be treasured. In youth, we often think perseverance alone makes us strong. Later, we learn that knowing how to release what must be released also makes us strong. If you need to cry, then cry. If you can still laugh, then laugh. Do not let the illusions of life turn you false. To live only by the eyes of others is to lose your own road. When trouble comes, remember 3 quiet incantations. Do not cling, this too will pass, and let the heart understand. Understanding is like a bridge. It connects what would otherwise remain divided. Compassion is like an umbrella. Beneath it, the soul feels sheltered. Without these, the world becomes unbearably cold. To understand another is to step out of darkness into a wider landscape. To be compassionate is not weakness, but breadth of heart. No person is perfect. No relationship is without flaw. If we can open ourselves to tolerance, the world becomes gentler than we once imagined. In this mysterious journey called life, even to meet one another is already a kind of destiny. So do not let anger wash away precious bonds, leaving only regret behind. The sun is still warm, the dawn still arrives. Sometimes we only mistake shadow for the whole sky. One day I asked my own heart, "What is happiness?" And the heart replied, "A healthy body and a peaceful mind." "But how does the mind become peaceful?" I asked. "It becomes peaceful," said the heart, "when it is no longer entangled in too many things, when it is not enslaved by form, gain, or appearance." How can the mind be free from what surrounds it? The heart answered, "If sweetness and bitterness can both be met with a smile, then nothing truly clings. Gain and loss, fame and failure, these are like a swaying bridge. When we do not have enough, we feel deprived. When we have much, we only want more. If the heart is steady, why should it chase every changing wind?" Then I asked, "Is the world large or is the mind large?" And the heart said, "The vastness of heaven and earth and the smallness of human life are both measured by the mind. The world is reflected through consciousness. Beauty and ugliness arise there." Then I asked, "Where are we going in this life?" The heart answered gently, "Each person's life is a bridge. The difference lies only in direction. Are you moving outward toward noise and disturbance, or inward toward the stillness of your true self?" And suddenly I understood. To care too much for someone who does not cherish you is to wound yourself. Some emotions can only be encountered. They cannot be hunted down. Some things can only be held once. Once released, they are gone forever. If expectation is too great, disappointment follows. If affection is poured out without measure, exhaustion comes. If waiting stretches too long, pain takes root. Yet there is no hardship in life that cannot be crossed, and no person who cannot be left behind if the bond has lost all meaning. If you are not cherished, turn away with dignity. You may cry, you may ache, but do not despair. Today's tears may become tomorrow's strength. Rather than pouring yourself endlessly into those you desire, learn to treasure those who quietly worry for you. One day, if you were stripped of everything, who would remain and say, "It's all right, I'm still here"? That person is precious beyond measure. Sometimes we give others too much importance and discover that in their eyes we are almost nothing. At such times, a little foolishness is wisdom, a little surrender is peace, a little silence is mercy. Sometimes we need to see our own faults before dwelling on the faults of others. Sometimes we need to look up at the sky so the soul may widen again. Sometimes we need to loosen our grip in order to feel the tenderness in breathing. Sometimes we need simplicity, restraint, and stillness so that love may be freed from possession and the heart may return to its original clarity. If we look at people and see their virtues, life becomes meaningful and the world beautiful. If we look through the eyes of bitterness, everything becomes obstruction and burden. True beauty does not begin on the face. It begins in a clear and joyful spirit. Such beauty soothes others without even trying. What we receive in this life is often the fruit of causes once planted. What we do now becomes tomorrow's result. If we remember this, we will complain less, hate less, and blame less. Instead, we will choose diligence, gratitude, kindness, reverence, and goodwill. Life in flesh and bone cannot avoid moments of weakness. The heart is small, it is sometimes injured, but not every wound must be displayed upon the face. Not every hardship must be poured into someone else's hands. If all pain could simply be forgotten, everyone would be carefree. Yet perhaps dignity lies not in never suffering, but in suffering without becoming bitter. In the end, perhaps the deepest wisdom is this: be gentle, be patient, master your emotions, treasure the simple, see the good where you can. Do not cling to what must pass. Do not chase what does not belong to you. Do not fear beginning again. Let your heart become spacious like a lake, not narrow like a cup. Then the salt of life will no longer taste so bitter.